So I've done a thought for the day, which was about precisely 11 minutes and 44 seconds. If you're into numerology like I am, kind of means something. The thought for the day, the topic of discussion or interest, intrigue, questioning, whatever you'd like to call it, was about control, self-control, and control of environment. And weirdly enough, when I checked the video to see that it was okay to put up, there was so much wind noise. That's kind of a lot of what you heard. And so I went to do it again because I think it's obviously an important message. We've had 2 helicopters come and land in, so that's quite noisy for a long time. So the helicopters just left, and then I've come to do it again. Suddenly a load of building works just started over there. Meanwhile, we've done the whole walk on the downs where it's quiet, but it was windy. So interesting, isn't it? Control the environment and self-control. So in the beginning, I thought, well, I don't desire to control the environment. If it's going to be windy, maybe people will hear it, maybe they won't. I've done it. And then I thought, no, I think it's a really important message. So I'm now having my own little battle of the desire to control that this message comes out against the desire for the man-made world, not wind, of course. It's a beautiful kestrel then. When they fly and then the light just hits their back and you get the colour off them. It's the kind of thing that it stays with you for the day. It's nice, very majestic. Yeah, so control. So my message actually was self-control v control of environment. I expressed that in the sense that with dogs, which I know a lot about, and children, which I know a lot about, those have been my 2 choices of occupation all my working life. Not all my working life, all my adult working life. So the dogs they employ self-control, there's one of them there, all the time. They do that because they can. They choose that because it is for the greater good of the pack, so it's almost a given. Their sense of equality is based on them both being able to dominate or submit to a scenario at any point. That's their skill. And if they all submit, then happy days. And it's largely like that the whole time. So that is their choice. I have worked with dogs that professionals stated were aggressive. And those dogs in reality were not employing self-control. They'd lost trust. Self-control is a big move towards trust, which is a huge topic, and it's 50% of what the whole of life, the way life operates on this earth. 50% of it is on trust. The other 50% is on respect. For me, they kind of go hand in hand. They do. So let's say, right, trust and respect collectively, 100% important for the well-being of all the beings on earth, that we have those 2 elements down. So when I talk about self-control, the dogs express that the pack is better for it. It's the pack becomes the organism, and the dogs all respond to that general energy, like a family. So it's really straightforward, and kids can do it, and dogs can do it. But adults really struggle. So incidentally, we're just passing 2 dogs now, which has been taken off lead. So my dogs who are with me, which will employ their self-control, we have no dominance issues here, are going to sniff and carry on by. That's because that's what I do. We're on our mission, you know. It's like if I'm sitting with my family and we're eating dinner, all right? So I don't really want something coming and interrupting that. That's our little space, you know. So when self-control in order for the greater good of the whole. That's all it is. It's really straightforward, and it's respectful of, obviously, you know, as a grown-up, as an adult, you've got fingers, thumbs, you've got brain. You lived a long time, you've got a lot of knowledge. If you've got any wisdom at all, you are going to know when to employ that self-control for the greater good of everything else. And when you're employing that self-control for the greater good of everything else, you have an awful lot of space to focus on the things that are important to you, that you're passionate about, that are of some value to the outside world. So everyone's a winner. When we think about not controlling self, we're looking at every person desires to control something, or they don't, but what happens is they're either self-controlling or they're controlling the environment outside of themselves. So like you heard a second ago, I'm getting on with my YouTube, my dogs are getting on with what they're smelling and doing, and a woman quite far away, not in our personal space, decides she'll interrupt and shout. She'll shout at me. I don't need shouting at her. I'm busy. And she's shouting at me something that's irrelevant to me, doesn't affect me. It's about her and her dogs that are on lead. And she was telling me, these dogs are friendly, so you don't need to worry. And I thought, I'm busy doing a YouTube. I don't worry about anything. So her desire to control the outside world, as in, don't worry, this is fine, does my head in a bit, that. Very condescending. And also it highlights the fears of that person. So for me personally, I don't need people doing that, because then I start running through what's going on in her head and what are her fears about. Then I go into work mode. Well, I'm here with the dogs. When I'm with the dogs, it's my job. I'm going to let you in a secret. I'm not actually working. When I'm working and I feel like I'm working with adults. Like this that I'm doing now. I'm employing everything I have to put it out to everything that might be receptive to it, so that they can help themselves and therefore help the world around them. So she was a perfect example. She's in a fear state. She needs to control the world around her, which means she can't leave me in peace. And it also meant that the tension on her dogs, and then as soon as she spoke, my dogs went out. She was like indicating for my dogs then to go towards that, you know, because we're a Happy Zen pack. They know if my feeling inside me stays totally as it is, totally solid, then they don't need to respond in any dramatic way at all. They can respond. They don't have to react. So the point about control of self, control of outside environment, is when you're talking about a growing person and their capability of self-control can make a beautiful world. They can focus on creating wonderful things. We can make music, we can do art, we can have nice times, you know, we can build beautiful things, we can take care of stuff. All of that amazing stuff all comes from grown humans who can discern where and when to employ self-control and for what reason for the outside world. Flip side. Right, flip side is most capable being on planet, you know, grown up human, decides they're going to control the whole world for their own desires. They have no self-control and hell of a lot of ability to I've got to stop here because I'm actually at the end of the walk. I've talked for the whole walk. And I've gone over time, but that was brilliant. I know, I really don't complain about going over hours. Love my work. Yeah, so these people, anyone watching this, I doubt you're going to be one of those people that wishes to control the outside world around them. Not unless you know me and we've had a falling out, in which case you don't need to come and discuss anything with me, because I kind of already know. But for those people that are like me, then, you know, sometimes it can be difficult to maintain self-control when you are being controlled by outside forces, which for me, I don't do news, I don't do the world thing, I'm not into war, not into controlling people with their health. I'm into keeping people healthy, happy, emotional wellness, mental health, physical health, joy, life. It's just life stuff, normal basic life stuff, you know. Why everyone isn't into that in a real way, I don't know, but we won't go there. But the point is, it can be difficult to put up with a controlling environment, and you can be thrown into a fear state. And a fear state is a backward moving mind. When you've got backward moving mind, you are not processing, you are reacting. When you are reacting in fear, you may well desire to control the outside from you. And when you do that out of fear, two things: you don't deal with your fear, and you just gave your issues someone else. Is that what you wanted to do? You know, because if the answer is no, then don't. Hang out with the dogs. Hang out with the dogs for a month. 1 month, okay, they'll sort you out. So yeah, listen, we're all on the same side. We all desire the right things for the right reasons, and even though we may be wandering about on our own doing it, there's so many people. I know so many people in other countries, in this country, all over the place, and we're all doing, and we keep doing, self-control, serving outside of self for the greater good, just like the dogs, just like we were meant to, just like the point of being put on this earth in the first place. And I haven't even shown you my dogs today. Where's Indy? There's Indy. Only having a last wee. At Bruce. And we got birthday boy. Ollie. It's his birthday today. He's 9. Have a great day, guys. We are. You should too. Take care.